Hey everybody, and welcome to the Southern Romantics New Consultant webinar. This is call number 3. Today we're talking about speeches, games, and discounts. Currently on, we've got Brittany and Cindy, and some of Brittany's adorable children are going to be listening in. But today we're going to start about talking with the speeches that we give at our parties. So it's important to make a good first impression at your parties, and your opening speech is a way for you to communicate and start building that rapport with your customer base. So we consider that your story and what you say during your opening speech is going to be the foreplay to the party, and it makes that connection with your customers, and that's going to help them start to feel comfortable with you and trust you to be their consultant for life. You never know who you're going to reach by sharing your story, where you've been, and what Pure Romance has done for you. So it's important to never leave this out, no matter how rushed your party may be. Connections and trust are the cornerstones of your business with Pure Romance and definitely help lead to future business. So your story makes you relatable and keeps your customers kind of coming back for more. So the first thing we're going to talk about tonight is our opening speech. So when you share your story, you're going to give a little bit of background information to you to kind of make you relatable to your customers. You have a couple key points that you want to include in your opening speech, and that's just some of the logistics of how the party is going to go. So I'll make sure to provide you with worksheets on how you can create your story, and in a perfect world, this speech would be no longer than 5 minutes. So this would go through your story and also key points and information for how the party is going to progress. So let me pull up the information for your opening speech and share that screen with you all to see. And I will be giving you guys links to my Dropbox folder that has all of this on there as well. So give me just a second and let me find that for you, and we'll share it here. Okay, so this is your writing your Pure Romance story. This is a PDF. This is going to help you craft your narrative that makes you stand out at parties. So, of course, something that we always talk about at our training sessions is finding your why, which sounds a little new agey and a little like hoopty-doopty, but it really is what's going to keep you going in business. And this is something that's going to really help you connect with a lot of your different customers and clients. So what's your purpose in owning your business? Why did you get started with Pure Romance? How do you hope to change your life and other people's lives for the better? And even when you have bad days, you always want to kind of go back to your why, and that's going to be what gets you out of bed in the morning. So this is a section where you're going to kind of fill out what your why is, what you love most about the business, and then this is all about storytelling. So we do a lot of storytelling throughout the course of our presentations, and this is just another way for people to kind of follow along on a narrative and get to know you better. So we're setting up, again, all stories consist of 4 parts. We're taking you back to like 5th grade English. So setup, conflict, climax, and resolution. And that's going to help people really kind of envision themselves in this role. So setup. Hi, my name is Megan. I'm going to be your consultant for this evening. I am a wife and I have a dog, and those are the characters of my story. Conflict. I started my Pure Romance business after I was laid off, so I didn't have any money coming in. There's the conflict. The climax, but not that kind of climax. That always comes after the party. You guys know about that. So this is the point where the conflict reaches the breaking point. And so my climax was I needed to make money, and I had to figure out quick what I was going to do to make some money. And my resolution was that I started selling Pure Romance. I was able to make a good amount of money in a short amount of time with not a lot of work, and was able to save my house from foreclosure, pay off debt, and start living the life that I was really meant to live. So that's exactly it. Think of your journey. What have you done with your business? What drew you to this company? What was some of the conflict that you were facing? What brought it to the hilt where you decided that you had to join Pure Romance to be able to move on and take the next step? And then where are you now? What has happened because of that journey? So we provided these 4 easy little helpful things. I used to blank, and now burp. So now, and that kind of walks you through it. So this was a good example. I used to be a nurse, and the long hours didn't allow me to spend time with my children. So I started my own business with Pure Romance, and now I choose what hours I work. That's really quick, 1 sentence or 2 sentences, and that's a little bit about your story. So this is where you're going to fill it in and try it yourself. And this is part of your homework for next week. So get to thinking. You can always include additional details, other ways that your life has changed, other things that you've accomplished because of your business, and where you see your story going in the future. Because that's also fun to share when you tell people that, you know, oh, I've got this is coming up and I can't wait to go to this. Then when they see you at your next party, they're going to be like, oh my God, did you go to that training in Florida? Oh, I have to hear all about it. I saw your pictures on Facebook. Tell me everything. So that's building that rapport. Your clients are going to be so excited that they knew you before and now they know you that this happened. I have so many people that I see and they're like, oh my gosh, the last time we saw you, you were engaged. Tell us about your wedding. That was 3 years ago, but of course I'm going to tell them all about it because they remember when I was so excited to get married. So you're going to end your story with your own little version of how they all lived happily ever after. So, and this will be a great way for you to start planting the seeds of how your customers can join you as a consultant. So if you make your story relatable, which all of your stories are relatable because you guys all started from where you were and now you're a pure romance consultant. You didn't have to be a superhero to do it. You were just a regular woman who decided to take a leap of faith and try something new. And that's every single woman we meet at our parties. So I'm going to challenge you guys to write your story, read it out loud, and get ready to share it. So other things that we're going to talk about during your opening speech after you're done sharing your story are some of the key points of what's going to happen at the party. So make sure that you are thanking the hostess, always thank your hostess, what her benefits are. So what does she get for hosting a party? She's going to get that free shopping spree. She's going to get a free gift. If you offer some sort of VIP incentive, make sure you kind of plug that there because this is planting a seed for your potential hostesses. So if you tell everybody what Cindy's going to get for hosting a party, then everyone's going to be like, oh my God, I need to host a party. I want to be like Cindy. I want to get all that free stuff too. You may want to include in your opening speech an additional incentive. So different from your hostess benefits, something to kind of really get their brains going about, I need to book a party. I need to do this today. I can't drag my feet any longer. I have to do this party. And this will help them when you get them in the ordering room to secure a date sooner rather than later when they can't really think of a date. They got to check their schedule. Planting that seed now is going to help them really kind of step it up. And then, of course, the dynamics of the show. So differentiating your left is your liquor, and then your right is your sniffer. Any basic rules you have, like not yucking anyone else's yum. If you pay today, you play today. If you carry inventory, how to make your wish list. So if you use the tic-tac-toe game or if you just use the wish list that comes in the catalog, making sure that they're writing down what they want and reminding them that all they have to bring into the ordering room is their wish list and their wallet. How the ordering will be done in private. That's really important to mention at the beginning of the show because some people will be sitting there and trying to cover their wish list like they're taking a test. They don't want someone to see their answers. So just reminding them that all of this is done in confidence and it's going to be done in privacy. And also just reminding them that there's no men or children allowed so that we can just relax and have a fun girls' night. So all of those can be part of your opening speech after you get done telling your story. You might want to let them know that you're going to start with the mild and work your way into the wild. And if you decide to take like an intermission halfway through, you might want to let them know. So that way, if they need to go to the bathroom or if they need to have a cigarette break or if they need to refill their drinks, that there will be a time for that to happen during the course of the show. Or if you don't care if they get up, just let them know. Be like, if you have to go to the bathroom, go ahead and excuse yourself. This isn't school. You don't need a hall pass. Come on back because I don't want you to miss a thing. So you just kind of lay out how your party's going to flow and just let everybody know ahead of time because the worst thing is to trap someone sitting on the couch if they really have to go to the bathroom and then they feel like they're stuck and they can't move for the next hour. So that was our opening speech. So I can't wait to hear y'all's opening speeches next week. But another wonderful thing to encourage extra bookings and potential recruit leads is a closing speech. So when your party has concluded and you've shown all the amazing products that we offer and you've gotten people excited, their wish lists are full, maybe they already had to flip over to the back because there's so many things they want to order. There's a lot of things that you want to make sure that you include in your closing speech. So make sure that you're talking about a recap of the party's sales and discounts. So you know, tonight we're offering the hot heart massager, 2 for $25. So take $5 off so that your partner has one for each hand for those great massages. Don't forget that anybody who places an order of X amount tonight is going to be able to shop in my treasure box or my booty box. All that kind of fun stuff, so they can start looking at their wish list and realize, oh my gosh, I might be $5 away from that sales benchmark. I need to go ahead and add one more thing on because I really want to see what's in her treasure box. How you're going to collect the customer connection card. So hopefully you filled those out at the beginning, or you encouraged them to before the party started. And I always wait until the end to have them fill out the backside where the little pop quiz is, because if you hand them that customer connection card at the beginning of the party and then they flip it over and start, you know, do I want to host a party? No. Do I want to become a consultant? No. They do all that at the beginning of the party. They haven't seen you in action yet. They don't know how much fun they're about to have. So having them fill that out at the end when they're so jazzed and excited and their wish list is like 10 pages long, that's when you really want to have them fill out that customer connection card on the backside, because they'll see that, oh my God, look at all the stuff that I wanted. I came here only wanting to like buy that shave cream I heard about, but now I need to get this, 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 and this, and I only brought $20. So that's when you want to have them fill that out so they can book their own party. Make sure you let them know about the sales and tax, or I'm sorry, the shipping and the tax fee. Sometimes if you don't let people know, they are really upset that there's no explanation of that, especially if you do carry inventory. That's when you want to let them know it's more of a courtesy fee, because you already had the items shipped to you so they could be there the night of the party, and let them know that if they did have back orders, that $6 flat rate shipping would help cover the cost of that as well. Taxes, they're going to have to pay taxes on everything. So we have to pay taxes on everything. So just including that in your closing speech so it doesn't take anybody by surprise. I'm sure there'll still be a couple people who didn't hear it. Maybe they're still looking at their wish list trying to refine it. But just making sure you're clear about that so it doesn't come back to bite you in the tushy. How you collect payment. It's up to you as a consultant what you want to do for payment processing. I know a lot of consultants use separate credit card readers, be it Square, PayPal, or ProPay. Pure Romance is partnering with QuickSale to come up with a similar product for us, and that's going to be available on Apple products, hopefully in 2016. I'm not sure of the launch date for that quite yet. But you figure out what you want to use to process your credit cards if you choose to process credit cards. If you collect cash, then let them know. And if you take checks, definitely let them know that. Remind them again about the private ordering situation, so that way you don't have to worry about what's on their wish list, because we're never going to tell. Thank the hostess, and then you might as well just go ahead and plant another seed to recap what that hostess is going to get for free. Because again, you're going to be reminding these your customers of all the fun stuff that your hostess is getting just for having everybody over, and that might be something that they're really interested in as well. So I'm going to show you really quick the closing speech worksheet that we've got. Let me pull it up. Closing speech, there it is. Woohoo! All right, so here's our closing speech. Let me take off the, there we go. That's going to be easier for you guys to read. So it's just like the opening speech. Practice makes perfect. The more comfortable you are with your presentation, the more your closing speech is just going to kind of flow. So again, a lot of this is the same stuff we just talked about. Thanking your hostess, collecting their customer connection cards and making sure they're filled out accurately and correctly. Shopping room, reminding people to shopping room one by one. So that way and even if they're like, oh, she's my best friend, she knows everything. Still, for you, it's easier to process one person's order at a time, because if there's two people in there, then that's two people talking to you at the same time. Even if they're having a great time and they don't mind sharing, you can't give your 100% attention to each one of them, especially if they are trying to order at the same time. That just gets a little frustrating. So insisting on that. And let people know where the shopping room is. If they have to go upstairs, down the hall, 15th door on the right, and then take a left and back up the stairs again. All right, so we want to make sure they know where they're going. The worst thing you could do is just have the ordering room in a corner, no one knows where to find you, and they just leave. So making sure you know before the end of the party where it is, and you can give them clear directions. Hopefully your hostess will help with that as well. Details about your business, how people can find you. If you haven't played a game where they can find you online, that's probably a good time to let them know. Payment methods, again, shipping, yep. Open order policy, so that's if I had a back order, when it's going to be shipped to you. Pure Romance's rule on that is 10 business days. So if there's something that I don't have personally, I will have it delivered to my customers within 10 business days from the party. Business days are Monday through Friday, and holidays don't count. Weekends don't count. So like this week when I had UPS arrived a day late and I had everybody messaging me on Thursday, I thought you said my stuff was going to be here. I said UPS typically delivers on Wednesday, but that's usually why we say 10 business days. So if you give 10 business days, even if it's less than a week, people will be so thrilled that it took less time. Also, how you're going to communicate with them if there is a problem or if something's on a corporate back order, and even if you go home to order it with all the best intentions, how you're going to make sure that it gets to them if we don't have it at the corporate office or if it's on back order there. Just making sure you're staying in constant communication with them. Again, any sales that you're offering during that party, saying thank you to the group. I had so much fun tonight. I hope you guys did as well, and I can't wait to see you again. And then when they're in the ordering room, of course, thank them individually. So I have a little script that you guys will be able to kind of finesse and put your own spin on. So I'm going to make sure you guys have access to this as well, and I'm going to ask for you guys to share that with the group next week. So get ready, there's another homework. Whee! So other fun things that are going to happen in the speeches, games, and discount that we're talking about today are effective party games. So games can be so much fun at your parties. Obviously, they're going to help engage your customer base, help kind of break some of the tension that might be there, especially if this is someone's first time attending a Pure Romance party and they don't know what to expect. But games should always serve a purpose. I know a lot of us, when we've been around a while, we get asked, do you guys play a lot of games? Do you play a lot of games at your party? And this is completely up to you. You can play as many games as you want, but you always want them to serve a purpose. When someone asks you, do you play a lot of games? You might want to go ahead when your host is coaching and try to find out why they want to play more games. Do they have another party where she didn't play any games and it wasn't any fun? Or are you just going to be the entertainment for the evening? Are people actually trying to buy something, or are they just trying to win free prizes? So this is going to be a great way for you to kind of suss out the games that you are going to want to play at your party, and also the focus of the party, especially if it's a bachelorette. Everyone thinks there needs to be a ton of games at the bachelorette party, but if you're spending your whole entire presentation playing games, then your sales might not be as wonderful as they could be. So making sure that your games are with a purpose, and there's a great place online, and I'll share the screen with you of how you can find it. Let me find my share screen button. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen with you. This is our COO. So this is the homepage that you see whenever you log in. And when you go to this training center, all about the party, click that open, and you'll see I've already got it open up here, but it's going to lead over to effective party games. So this gives you the 4 different category of games that we recommend playing at your party, including icebreaker games, a party booking game, a sponsoring or team building game, and an income boosting game. So if you want to play games at your parties, please make sure that they are falling into one of these categories, because if you're playing games just to waste time, that's time that you could be spending making a sale or finding a new team member or booking another party, which is going to help get you more money in the long run. So what's great is that there are a ton over here on the left of different games and tidbits on here that are great references. If you click on each of these highlighted areas, they are going to pop out in a new window, and these walk you through the games. So an icebreaker game is literally something you're going to play right after or right before your opening speech, when you have everyone's there. Sometimes you use your opening speech to kind of let the stragglers work their way in. So after you've told them a little bit about you, then you might want to play a quick little icebreaker so you can get to know everybody's names, which is really important. If you don't do name tags, you want to make sure that you are using people's real names. So if she's got like Trixie on her name tag, but you know her name is Tiffany, try to call her Tiffany. Even though we've got Fun Trixie on there, we want to make sure people love hearing their own names. And they're like, oh my gosh, how do you know my name? Because you played an icebreaker game. That's why. So doing any one of these icebreaker games just to kind of get to know everybody, especially if there's people that don't know each other at the party, this will kind of get us all on the same level. So these are really, really fun and easy. So you can just open these up and download them, and it's going to give you a little bit more information. And they're all over here to download. And then if you want to go into booking games, so booking games is something that I do kind of towards the end of my party. If I opt to do a booking game, I usually do them right before my closing speech to get people kind of jazzed, especially if I notice that their wish list is bigger than their wallet. Then I really want to have them book a party, because I know that they're typically not going to buy everything that's on their wish list that night. It's great when they do, but I want a reason to see them again. So playing something like this to kind of get them excited. Some people play them throughout the party, and that's totally fine. But this will give you a chance. It kind of breaks up the monotony, and when they're so excited, especially with things like the balloon game, it's kind of hard to come back from that and still go into the rest of your presentation. So saving something loud and crazy like that for the very end is usually a good idea. And that way it's fresh on their minds, and then you remember exactly who you need to ask in the ordering room of, oh my gosh, you won the balloon game. Did you want to book a party? And then usually they will. Fingers crossed. So a booking game should get people excited. It might offer a special incentive. You're going to work with the hostess to a hostess coach for her to get some more parties booked before her party even happens, because that's going to be more stuff that she gets. So she's going to be really excited about that too. So those are, again, all that information is up here on the left-hand side. The sponsoring game, I typically play the Ask Me Anything game, and I play that usually at the halfway point. So after I'm done with the liquid line, before I get into the toy line, that gives some people a chance to go to the bathroom, but I don't take a complete break. Some people can get up and get refills, but the people who are ready to win are going to stick around and play games. So Ask Me Anything game, I just do it with tickets. There's definitely ways to do that, like I did at our team meeting this week, where all the questions were pre-printed, so you don't have to think twice about how you're going to answer them. And I'm pretty specific and clear on my rules. You can't ask me questions about my business, all right, my lady business, and you can't ask me questions about the products, because sometimes if you let it get out of control, it'll just be like, oh, well, did you tell us about sensations, and what flavors do whipped come in, and how intense really are the enhancement creams? And if they had been paying attention during the party, they would know that, but those are also conversations that you can keep for the ordering room. But getting them to start asking questions like, how much money do you make, and how often do you have to work, and can you really make money with this? Do you have to have a team? You really want to keep an ear out for people who are asking those questions, because they're obviously intrigued. The lap game can be kind of fun. So there's different ways to play that. I would definitely judge that a little bit more if you can kind of get a good feel for your group. I don't want everybody sitting on everybody's laps if they don't know each other. That might be weird. The romance game is easy. The what you got in your purse game is pretty fun, and just 8 questions. So these are just, again, great to kind of get these girls excited. And then the income boosting games are ways that you can earn a little bit of extra money at the party. So the hostess foreplay is something you're going to really hostess coach to before your party. Things like party squares is going to be a great way for your hostess to kind of help you get some outside orders, but also pre-sell these squares. And then you can fill in the rest at the party. Scavenger hunt, this is fun. Raffle tickets, everybody loves raffle tickets. Oh, that's kind of cute, the Bosom Buddy game. So you guys can check these out when you've got time. Tic-tac-toe. I've been doing this a lot for my wish list, just to kind of get people's wish list ordered or in order and prioritized. So that's a fun, exciting way to kind of zhuzh up your money-making opportunities at your party. Effective discounts are also something that we need to talk about during your party. Do not, oh my gosh, I can't stress this enough, do not give away the whole entire farm. You do not need to be offering discounts on every single item that we offer. You want to experience sell, so obviously if a customer buys Coochie, you know she's going to need Body Dew or skin therapy to go along with it. If she buys a Playmate, you know she's going to want a Whipped to go with it. If she buys a toy, she's going to need a lube and a cleaner and a toy tote. So experience selling, offering package deals is great. But remember that you're a boutique. consider yourself like a hair salon. When you go and get your hair done and your hairstylist is just making you gorgeous and your hair comes out, and I know that I come out with so much volume that I could never, ever, ever replicate at my own house. But when I ask her how much that is, does she ever offer those amazing items on a discount? Nope. And neither should you. You don't need to discount everything. So I'd maybe pick 2 things if you're going to discount them at your party, but that's also confusing for you to try to remember all of them, and confusing for your customers to try to be like, oh, well, you know, the 2 hot hearts or the toy and the cleaner and blah, blah, blah. And a confused mind says no. So keep it simple. And if it's something where, you know, you booked a party this week with Cindy and the next week you had one with Brittany and they have the same group of friends, that's maybe if you wanted to offer a discount that you'd change it up and give them something special because, you know, these girls already bought this last week. Here's what they want to buy this week with this paycheck. So again, on the COO, there is a great effective, let me find it and see if I can show it to you. It's under that same All About the Party where it says experience selling. That's going to be fantastic and wonderful for you. So let's go back here to this income boosting games, and I popped it out right here. So again, it's training center, All About the Party, and then down here after the closing speech information, experience selling. Benefits of the product, obviously you want to let them know this is why you want to buy this together because it's really going to help the whole entire experience. You know, if you sell someone a Playmate without any lube, they're not going to have as much fun with it unless they use the lube. Complementary selling. This pairs really well with this. Upgrade. Oh, I see that you had your eye on the Twitter. Well, did you want to spend $10 more and get a better product? And then any discounts. So I'm going to let you guys kind of check those out of your own free will, and I'm going to ask each of you next week to give me a couple examples. So get ready for that. But experience selling and not giving away the whole entire store. Don't do it. Your business is worth full value. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing that we need to talk about super quickly are planting your seeds. So these are your booking and recruiting seeds that you're going to kind of drop at the party. And this is going to, again, make you a little bit more personable. You're going to start building that rapport. So if you're like, you guys know me, most of you have all seen me at a party, you know that I stumble over my words all the time. So using that as an opportunity to be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, I just get so excited about this job. This is so much fun. Are you guys having a good time? Can you believe I'm getting paid to do this right now? So anytime I stumble or mess up, I always try to turn that into a seed, or if someone cracks a joke or something like that, oh my, like the girl at my first party did to me when I wouldn't stop interrupting her. She's like, oh, you seem to know an awful lot about the products. Have you ever thought about doing this? No, but she planted the seed. Or if you have a hostess, helping her out. So if your hostess, if you do like the clappers, like what I do, for they like it, love it, and then they clap for something that they love so much. Oh my gosh, Cindy, I know you love this product. Why don't you tell all your friends about it? And then Cindy's going to say, oh my gosh, Coochie Cream is amazing. I haven't had any razor burn since I started using it 3 months ago. And then afterwards being like, you guys, don't you think Cindy would be great at this? Didn't she just sell everybody here a bottle of Coochie Cream? And everyone's going to be like, yeah, Cindy, you should do this. So doing little seeds like that to kind of get your customers excited and for them to realize, oh my gosh, I could do this too. This girl, I mean, she's funny. I could totally do this. I'm funny too. So just making sure you're planting those seeds. And again, anytime that I mess up or I talk about the wrong thing or I say the wrong page number, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a good thing I'm my own boss and I can't fire me. People kind of relate to that because they wish they had that kind of freedom to mess up without penalty at their job. And a lot of people don't. So I'm going to open it up real quick and unmute you guys. And I'm going to ask for you guys to give a couple off the cuff before we go completely out of it. Seed plants. So I've just unmuted everyone. If anyone wants to go and kind of give something that they might say to help plant those seeds at your party, we've got about 3 minutes left. So I'd love to hear some of the seeds that you plant at your parties and how you're going to get people excited. So go for it. Don't all jump at once.
I don't know.
I know, I'm putting you guys on the spot. Well, you guys know when Chris Chickenelli puts you on the spot, he usually gives you free product. So someone go ahead and jump at this and you might get something.
I would probably ask them if they like their job that they do now.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, if they had ever thought about being their own boss and setting their own hours and not having to ask off for vacation.
That's always good. Good job. High five.
Yeah.
What about you, Brittany? Do you have any seeds that you might be willing to plant at your parties to see if you have a hostess or a potential recruit?
I know here, since it's a military town, a lot of ladies are stuck at home all the time. So one thing that I know I've said is it's nice to be able to go out and have girl time and meet new people, since we're always stuck at home and we don't know anyone around.
Yeah, that's great. And I know that's one of the reasons that you signed up, is you just want to get out of the house and have girl time, especially with your house full of boys. I get it. I don't know if Gwen is still on or not. When are you here? Nope. Okay. When are you back? Oh, the magic of technology. Okay. Well, thank you guys for sharing those seeds. So I'm just going to recap your homework super duper quick so that you guys can either write it down, but also post it on the Facebook event page. So your homework is to work on your closing and opening speeches. Think about some effective party games you would like to play. Some of these you may have seen at our team meetings already. Effective discounts, just an example or two of discounts that you'd be willing to offer at your parties without giving away the whole store. And we're going to be sharing our 30-second commercials next week. So those are, you can find those on your Soundbites conversation guide, your quick 30-second commercial. So next week is going to be a lot of you guys talking, so get ready. And then finding out your a couple more booking and recruiting seeds that you can plant at your party. Just something that sounds natural coming out of your face. So those are the things I want you to kind of work on this week, and then we'll start our call with the just kind of reviewing what I've asked you to do. We'll have everybody that gets a chance to share their opening and closing speeches, their 30-second commercials, and quick party games that they'd like to play, effective discounts, and recruiting and booking seeds. So I know we're less than a minute now, so I'm sure we're going to get cut off soon, but I want to thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you had a great time, and we will hop back on for a quick Q&A as soon as we get kicked off of here. So just keep clicking the link back in the Facebook page, and thank you guys so much for your feedback. I'll see you soon.